This is good. Documenting this sort of stuff. But I'm feeling really silly, you know. And it sometimes happens. I think it usually happens when I kind of forget this, you know. It happens at times when I really try and strive for some kind of unachievable ideal, you know. And it happens at times when I forget that I'm me, and that I cannot really be anybody else. And this is why I've recently been really interested in studying all kinds of leftist thought, and I'm on my way to understanding some of them. I'll just tell you about some random stuff. I've been trying to read more. I recently read a book about I don't have to worry about talking for too long. I recently read a book about artistic research, creative research. And I think I'm going to try and pretend that the stuff that I do is research, you know. I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, I have really conflicting feelings or ideas about, you know, this kind of self-documentation. Because essentially, you know, what I'm doing is I'm just, it's like self-surveillance, you know, which is not very good. But at the same time, I mean, for some reason, camera really helps me. You know, I don't feel as lonely. Not that I feel lonely. Sometimes I feel pretty bad. I feel like a human being. Get to know myself a bit better as well. Because, you know, talking to a camera kind of inspires me to talk about stuff. You know, it might look like some kind of a narcissistic project, really. Oh, check out, I'm just talking about myself. But in reality, I don't know. Sometimes I want to talk with somebody and tell all these things, but I just don't. I have no idea who to tell this stuff to, so I'm just talking with the camera. And you know, it's. I mean, until I've read something on self-surveillance, which just really puts me off to an extent that I stop doing it. I think I'm going to do it, but I'm probably going to try and curate what I say, or maybe not. Thanks. So here's some random stuff. This is taken from the Nick Walker's book called Queer Heresies. It says diversity among minds, which is a natural, healthy and valuable for human diversity. I can't really talk. And it's pretty scary, because I kind of wanted to show you this artwork that I made. So I'm going to read off of it. So neurodiversity is the diversity among minds. I mean, it's a fuck. I'm so chaotic, it's insane. So it's a play on the Neuroqueer Heresies book, which is a collection of essays by a neuroqueer activist and scholar, Nick Walker. I'd say it's a pretty foundational book. And here are some of the conceptions from that work. So this is a tiny experiment I did. I wanted to, for a really long time, I've been struggling to read sheet music. I for some reason can't really get myself to just practice reading sheet music. And I thought at the time it might be a good idea to start looking at sheet music in a way which kind of conceptualizes it as a visual artwork. So, in a way, I would kind of want to queer sheet music, but I haven't really been doing it. So this work addresses, it's not a work, it's just some random stuff, but it addresses Nick Walker's conceptions of neurodiversity, which conceptualizes it as diversity among minds, just natural diversity, sort of like biodiversity, which also is in accord with the initial conception of Judy Singer, who coined the term, among other people, of course, but initially it was conceived as a concept akin to biodiversity. The second point would be that there is no normal or right style of human mind, which really just goes against these kind of Galtonian concepts and ideas of the normal as the best way of being, essentially, and everything being divergent from the normal as somehow being inferior. Galton also was a proponent of inventor, in fact, of IQ tests, which, as you all know, are really fairly culturally biased, let's just say that, and don't really reflect any, they don't possess nearly as much depth as proponents of them would like to state that they do. Also this passage right here, it's an excerpt of, I think, Coltrane's solo from Moment's Notice, which is a great tune, which I would like to learn somehow. So the third point would be, the dynamics that manifest in regard to neurodiversity are similar to those found in other forms of diversity, including power hierarchies, between, let's say, classes of people, economic classes, So here's another one which I like quite a lot. This one quite a lot. I mean, it also once again just uses quite a lot. Techniques of the field coverage technique, which I've been using for quite some time. Actually, I don't even like techniques. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So here's also some scale patterns, some vertical scale patterns, and things like that. Also, I use you if you watched my last video, you saw this one in regards to the terrifying horrors happening in Gaza. You know, it's essentially the map. I think it was one shows the 7 borders, and another one shows the contemporary borders. Yeah, so that's about it. Here's another of the favorites. I'm not going in a sequential order. I think I should. Initially, I thought that it would be a nice idea to show my face. Just display these works and my face like side by side, but I might just edit my face in there. And then I'll make background music. I really like this work. This one was definitely made using the field coverage technique, and I did not do too many overlays. And it, you know, it's literally just taking small parts, small boxes or whatever, and just adding other boxes and things. It's not very. Yeah, it's just putting things down. So here is like Mixolydian scale pattern, you know, see if 6 I think my videos are going to be long. So if you don't like long videos, well, what can I do? It's my form of self-introduction. So yeah, here's once again we see the, I don't know, I think I'll call it space rock as, you know, this thing filled in with some blocks. There isn't really much to say about this work. It's just an aesthetic experiment. Part of the reason why I'm doing these scale patterns is because, you know, in my own delusional way of thinking, I'm trying to somehow practice and understand guitar better through doing this, which might or might not be impossible. But I don't know. Maybe it is. So here's another one of the favorites, and I think that will be the last one for this particular video. What I've done here is so here, this is a particular interesting place. I really tried minimizing the amount of colors I've been using, so I just used 2 in order for this field coverage technique here, and I think it reads quite well. I think it's really good in order to kind of not make it too just color chaos, which, I mean, it's in